If the hospital tells you your mom's going home on Friday and your gut says she's not ready, you are allowed to say no. Because what happened next in this case, it could have been prevented. I'm Sandra, a nurse case manager with over 20 years in elder care, and today we're going to talk about what happens when hospitals discharge too soon and what you can do about it. Her name was Marlene. She's 84, sweet as pie, and recovering from a bout of pneumonia. The hospital gave her 2 days of IV antibiotics and said she was medically stable, and then sent her home. Alone. No family at the bedside, no discharge plan, no home health, and no idea that she couldn't walk from the bed to the bathroom without collapsing. You already know what happened next, right? She fell, alone, on the floor for hours, and admitted again 3 days later with a head injury this time and a broken wrist. This isn't rare. It's every single week. And it's why I'm here, to tell you that you are not powerless. First, you don't have to agree with a hospital discharge plan. If your parent isn't safe to be home alone, or even with family, you can request a discharge planning meeting, an occupational or physical therapy evaluation, a referral for home health, or a skilled nursing facility stay. And if they don't qualify, ask to speak to the case manager or the discharge planner, because medically stable doesn't mean safe at home. Here's what Medicare covers and what it doesn't. Now, here's where families get stuck. They think Medicare covers assisted living. It doesn't. But Medicare does cover short-term rehab in a SNF if your parent meets these criteria. Number 1, a 3-day inpatient hospital stay. Number 2, a daily skilled need like wound care, IV meds, or therapy. And number 3, medical necessity that's documented by their doctor. That's when we can talk about a SNF, not for permanent care, for rehabilitation. There's a big difference. You have the right to appeal discharge decisions. If a hospital or SNF says your parent is ready to be discharged and you disagree, you don't have to just accept it. You have the right to request a fast appeal through Medicare. This immediately triggers a medical review by a quality improvement organization or QIO, and your parent can't be discharged until that review is complete. You can also ask to speak to a facility social worker or the utilization review department for help in initiating the appeal. Don't wait until the last minute, though. You should ask as soon as you hear a discharge date that you believe is unsafe. When you feel powerless, you can call the ombudsman. Every SNF has a long-term care ombudsman, a neutral third party who advocates for the rights of residents and their families. They can help mediate concerns, clarify confusing discharge plans, and even report unsafe or unethical practices. You don't need permission from the staff to contact them. You can find the ombudsman's number on a poster in the facility, usually in the lobby, or by calling your state's long-term care ombudsman program. Here's how to push back without burning bridges. You don't have to scream or threaten lawsuits. Use phrases like, "I'm not comfortable with this plan," or "What are the safety supports in place?" Or even, "Can we schedule a care conference before discharge?" And document everything. Keep a notebook or notes app and write down names, dates, and what was said. Because if something goes wrong, you're going to want that record. Now listen, I know how scary this is. No one prepares us to fight for our parents' safety while they're lying in a hospital bed. But you're not being difficult. You're being diligent. And if nobody else tells you this, I will. You are allowed to ask questions. You are allowed to protect your parent. And you don't have to do it alone. You can download my free hospital discharge checklist at luminalife50.com to make sure that your loved one doesn't fall through the cracks. And you can subscribe for more real talk from the nurse who's seen it all. Elder Care Unfiltered with Sandra, because the system won't explain it, but I will. And remember, you're not too old. It's not too late. And you are not now and never will be alone. I'll see you soon.